Welcome to Book World. Today we step into a poetic universe where lament meets hope, where the cries of war and corruption echo alongside songs of love, heritage, and spiritual redemption. Heaven is a Place on Earth by Francis Otele is a collection that refuses to separate the personal from the political, the public from the private. Over 9 thematic sections, which include war and peace, politics, love, Afrocentrism, humanity, life and death, homily, tributes, and religion. The poets prays for a world where justice, compassion, and dignity prevails. I am Andrea, Torhee, your host. Let's meet with Francis Otele and explore how poetry can be both mirror and vision for our times. Hello, Francis.
Yeah, good day, Andrea.
Hi, welcome and thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me around. It's
Yeah.
a beautiful place here. It's like heaven here. I'm enjoying myself.
We're glad you're here.
Yes,
Thank
as
you.
You can see, I am relaxed. I am at home.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
So tell us, you have about 9 themes, thematic sections in this book, Heaven is a Place on Earth. What was your process like in choosing these themes and in writing poems about them?
Well, actually, there is no process. It's just all the themes are like a part of are like parts of a whole. That's just it. Like when you are drawing a human face, as in after the sketch, you put the eye, you put the nose, you put the ear and eyelashes, and that's just it.
Okay.
So there is no definite. I don't know how to put it, but they are just parts of a single whole.
Okay. And that whole is Heaven on Earth.
Yes, Heaven on Earth.
Now let's talk about the title.
Okay.
Why did you choose that to describe this group of poems and themes?
Okay, about the title, Heaven is a Place on Earth. First of all, when you look around, well, I grew up in the countryside. I'm a village boy. So if you've ever been to such places, you see the beauty.
That's villages?
Yes, you see stars at night. Like in the cities here, they don't value stars because they don't see it often because of the light.
The street lights.
Yeah, the street lights and all that. But in the village, it is there for you. That's not all. The mountains, the trees, everything there is just beautiful. And when I looked at them, I said, wow, what a wonderful world. Heaven is really a place on earth.
Okay.
That's just it.
That's interesting.
Yes.
Now, in the theme where you discussed war and peace, you denounce the horrors of conflicts a lot.
Yes.
Is there any piece in particular in this collection that is most personal to you? And why?
All the peace. Because I've experienced war. When I say war, I don't mean war as a soldier.
Okay.
So, like in my community where I came from, Agatu, they are faced with series of war. Or let me say war, series, as in. So, every day, you wake up to the sound of gunshots. So, as in, to me, it's a personal thing. I don't know how. In fact, that's the reason why I brought it in, because we are looking for a way to preach it, to see how peace can come, not just to my community, but the world at large. Yes.
I see that. Now, when you say Agatu, that's in Benue State, right?
Benue State, yes.
Okay. There's a part of the book that also talks about politics.
Yeah, politics.
So how do you separate poetry as art and poetry as, protest or a way of sending out message?
Well, as you know, as long as poetry can sing, it can also sting. That's just it. So we use poetry as a weapon against corruption in high places. That's just it. And again, most of our leaders, they fail to lead us well because they don't read. Like I doubt if they will ever read this, because if actually they can read this, because this, as in that part on politics is for them to read and adjust their ways, but they don't read. So I doubt if they can be right.
I mean, I'm not sure if they don't read, or maybe there are certain pieces that they don't have access to.
Okay.
So how do you think that you can get your piece or this book across to the right audience?
The right audience will keep ringing it, because I use poetry as a microphone. Yeah, and it's also art, and I use it as a microphone where I can tell them, I can point out, because the pen is like it's like a stick where you point, or a finger where you point at the right and the wrong. Sometimes they are right. When they are right, we point it out too, and when they are wrong, we also point it out. That's just it.
I see.
Yes.
Now, also in politics, or when you write about social injustice issues,
Yeah.
how are you able to separate your emotions from the pieces, or do you just put them together and let your emotions ride on how you write your pieces?
Yeah, on that, it's not about my emotion. As for me, I always told my readers that I am just a messenger, the messenger of the muse. I only write, I only express what the muse asks me to. So it's not about me. It's not a personal thing. It's just passing across the message.
So the muse in this case, you say, will be who?
Anything, anybody, anything can be the muse. Anybody can be the muse. That's just it. The muse is not definite. It's not specific. But whenever it dictates, I know.
I see.
Yes.
So I'm going to read about 3 poems from your collection.
Okay.
And you will tell me the theme and why this poem rides on that theme.
Okay.
And just explain it further.
Okay.
From here, I have Here on Earth.
Okay, here on Earth.
And it says, a little more than we have matched, bullets for bullets, blood for blood, eye for eye, teeth for teeth. If only we strive to match, kindness for kindness, trust for trust, love for love. Here on earth, heaven will be.
Yes.
What theme is this?
It is the theme of love there. The theme of love. The theme of that concerns for humanity, for human love. Now you see, through time, we've gone through series of wars, series of them, as in from one war to another. Across the world, you can hear of wars everywhere. Now we've marched bullet for bullet. We've marched blood for blood, teeth for teeth, and all that. But if we can, the same energy that we use in marching blood for blood, bullet for bullet, teeth for teeth, if we use the same energy to match kindness for kindness, you can imagine where this world, or what this world would be. It's heaven.
Oh, yeah. Interesting. That's true. A little kindness would go a long way in our world.
Just a little kindness, just a little. We don't need much. Just a little. That's just it.
True. So the next one I would read is titled The Market.
The market.
I went through the market at night. Its emptiness brought my heart to light. They gather around you when you have to offer. When they are done, they leave you to suffer. Funny how empty this crowded world can be. Mankind against another, being busy as a bee.
Yeah, being busy as a bee. Mankind against another, being busy as a bee. It's explicit there. Now, it's still similar to the first one you read.
Okay.
Because if you see, the way we are quick to judge wrong, we are, in judging right, we are very, very slow. So mankind against another, being busy as a bee, as in everyone pointing, accusing, everyone pointing, accusing, finger at one another, at each other, and all that. Now you see, again, when it is good, you see friends all around you. And when the going gets tough, that is when you will know that you are alone in this. That's just it.
Interesting. You have interesting poems, interesting lines. I would say you also like to use rhymes
Yes, rhymes, yes.
for your poem. Do you have anyone in particular, any poet or writer in particular who has inspired your way of writing or your process?
Yes, yes, yes. Growing up as a little boy, I came in contact with Geoffrey Chaucer. He's an English poet. I think they call him the father of English poetry. I don't know, the father of English poetry or English literature. Some persons they call him the father of English poetry, and some call him the father of English literature. He's a 13th century poet. Now, I came across the Canterbury's Tale. Now, and after going through it, I discovered that, wow, this is amazing. That was my first contact with poetry, as in that first contact has a great influence and a great impact on me because it's a tale, as in it's a 13th century tale of pilgrims going on a pilgrimage. And so they were going to the cathedral of, I think there was this slain saint. They called him Thomas Becket, I think, something like that. So
Okay.
now they met at an inn, at a place. They met at a place and in an inn. And none of them knew the place. Now the innkeeper now suggested that he is going to lead them there, but on a condition that each one of them will tell two stories on their way to and fro.
Okay.
So that was how the story began, and they were all amazing stories. We have the friar's tale, the wife of Bath's tale, the miller's tale, the knight's tale, and all that. So after reading it, I fell in love with it, and it's written in rhyme as well. It's a long narrative poem.
Okay.
Yes, so he has great influence on me. Not just that, also I love the poems of Niyu Shundari, Professor Niyu Shundari.
Shundari.
Yes, so it's, and also growing up. After growing up, now I also came in contact with other poems like Danger Abdullahi. His poems are hilarious. They are simple but not simplistic, meaning he used simple words to treat complex issues. So it's simple. You can read and understand his poems.
Okay.
Yes.
So I understand that even after this book, you have written a book on women,
Yeah.
for women,
Black women.
Black women,
African women.
African women.
Yes.
And you still have a section in the book that talks about womanity.
Womanity, yes, womanity.
So you've written about women's experiences.
Yes,
Is there
women,
any parts of your writing that you felt like you should not include that might be received in a way that is not good or kind or would not be accepted? Did you ever think of cutting out any poem from your collection that is around women?
Well, some of my friends, they call me woman. Yeah, woman. Now, this woman is not the WOMAN. It is WOO.
Okay.
Then man, woman of the black woman. So I have a special place for women. I respect them a lot. So I always try to put them in the good light. So there is no there is nowhere or no time I've ever written a piece and I felt, okay, no, this one won't go down well with them because it's always about them. So I know that it will always go down well with them.
So there's no piece at all that you ever thought you would cut out?
No, I think maybe one or two. And it's not as if it is bad, it's just about using unnecessary enhancement. And I know that won't go well with them.
With some women?
Yeah, some women. Because as for me, whichever name you call a rose, or however you dress a rose, it's still a rose. That's just it. A beautiful man is a beautiful man anytime you need it. You don't need all this You know what I mean?
All right. So how did being shortlisted for the ANA Poetry Prize
Yeah.
2024 go
Yeah.
for you?
ANA means Association of Nigerian Authors.
Nigerian authors, yes.
Nigerian authors. Not, I mean, Nigerian authors. So that was amazing. I felt great, and I felt this sense of acceptance, this sense of acceptance. So it was great.
Did it in any way influence your impact on other writers?
And other writers, yes, yeah, because other writers, like I have some friends who are also writers, and since then I've been since the shortlisting, I think I've got several as in several of my friends from both Nigeria and across asking me to go through their works and see if it's good for publication. Some are even asking me for a blog, some are asking for forward and all that. So, and all that came after the shortlisting.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
It's a
while
plus.
we're talking about, giving advice to others, have you received any type of feedback from your audience, and how was that for you?
Yeah. A lot of them, after the shortlisting again, like I said, people started contacting me online that I should submit my poems for publication in journals, magazines across the globe.
Wow, across
Yeah,
the globe. That's wonderful.
yeah. So I've been doing that too, but now after the shortlisting, it became um, it became more. It became more.
That's interesting. Well,
Yes.
outside poetry and writing, what else can we say Francis Otole is known for?
Well, I am known for many things. I am known for many things, but the one I am comfortable with is being a poet. I am many things. That's just it. But being a poet is the best for me.
Have you ever considered, putting out your pieces in other mediums such as on screen, TV, on social media,
Yeah, sure.
making it more visual for people?
Yes, I have plans for that. I have plans for that in due time anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, because for now I'm still chasing other things.
You're still chasing other
Other things,
things.
yes.
Okay, that's
Yes.
fine. One dream at a time, I guess.
Yeah, one dream at a time. One day at a
Okay.
time as well.
So, how do you hope Nigerians would receive Heaven is a Place on Earth?
Yes, as in, together we can make heaven on earth. Now, just like they say, change begins with
Me.
me. So I think I have said it. So it is left for me to practice what I preach. And I also ask others to follow suit too, because we can make this country a better place. We can use the weapon of poetry, because poetry is actually a weapon of war. Yeah, because power comes from it. Some persons, somebody say power comes from the barrel of a gun, right?
Yeah.
And I am saying power also comes from the barrel of a pen. That's just it. So we can use poetry, we can spread the news, and work with it, and make sure this country becomes heaven on earth, because heaven is really on earth.
That's true.
We don't need to wait until we get to heaven. We can start it here and end it there. It's a good thing.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's true. All right, we'll go on a quick short break and we'll be back still discussing Heaven is a Place on Earth by Francis Otole. Please don't go anywhere. welcome back. We're still here with Francis Otele, and we're still discussing his book, Heaven is a Place on Earth, a collection of poems, which has 9 thematic sections. Now, when you talk about homily, what does that really mean as a whole?
Yeah, homily, I think that has to do with sermons, preachings. Yeah, that's it.
And why did you choose this theme and these particular sets of poems? How did they come to you?
Yeah, as in, because if you look at the poems, they talk directly to us as a writer and to us as the audience. Because there are some little things that we need to do to make this world a better place. Sometimes you have to look within yourself too. Now, if you have a problem, if you have like 3 persons in this place, and you have problem with 2 of them, maybe you are the problem. So let's look within. You can't just be judging as in condemning people. Also, look within to see if you are wrong or right. That's just it.
And it doesn't, I like that section does not talk about any religion in particular.
No.
It addresses faith in general.
Yes, faith in general. That's just it.
That's interesting. And you have also some poems that give tribute to Chinua Achebe, Neo Sundari, as you have mentioned, Mandela. So what role does these tribute poems play in the architecture of the book?
Well, people like Chinua Achebe, like growing up, I read his books, Things Fall Apart, and he's a great writer, and it made me fall in love with prose. And just like I mentioned earlier, Neo Sundari, I love his poem so much, and his poem has great impact in my life as a poet, because I love his style, and I try to emulate him too. Then Mandela, as an African, I love the African aesthetics, and he is one who stood out there and fought for the freedom of an entire nation. So he's not just a South African figure, he's an African figure and also an international figure whenever it comes to justice.
And the book also has certain words that carry images like the sky, earth, nature, blood, ruins.
Yes.
So what symbol do you think is the backbone of, the book?
I think it's the sky.
The sky.
Yeah, because the sky is so vast, and when you look at the sky, what do you see? You see beauty of the stars. We have billions of stars there. Now it also, let me say, a star can shine very, very bright, but the sky is beautiful with the billion stars. Now again, the sky is also vast for not just one bird, for all birds. It's large enough for all birds to fly. That's just it. So you live and let others live.
Yes, interesting. There are so many messages that the book carries all at once.
Yes.
And now there's also a part that talks about Afrocentrism in your work. It speaks on identity,
ethnicity,
heritage,
and all that.
So how do you see your role in reclaiming, African narratives or poets all around the world, just like you, in reclaiming African narratives?
Well, as for me, I love being African, because one of my muses is a black woman. Yeah, that's one of my muses. So I love Africa. I love my home. I love my root. That's just it. Now, in reclaiming the African heritage, now the world has succeeded in making us feel Africa is is not a place to be. Also, our leaders have also proven to the world that we are not capable, that we are savages. Now, by those pieces, if you go through those pieces, you see all of them are expressing my love for Africa and the African aesthetics, the African women, and everything that has to do with my cultural heritage.
Nice. That's interesting. So I think a lot of poets out there speaking more on Africa and Africans changes the narratives and people do not really know what Africa is all about.
Yes, you got it right. It talks about slave trade too, like sold to the highest bidder. It's there too. Then you also have a poem, a piece like Still I Rise. That is, it shows resilience. After all we've been through, after all the pestilence, the tribulation, the molestation, and all that, still we rise.
We rise.
Yes.
That's an interesting narrative.
Yes.
Africa will still rise.
We will always rise.
We will always rise.
That's just it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Francis Otele's Heaven is a Place on Earth invites us not to hide from the world's wounds, but to let hope and love echo louder, especially as Africans. Through lamentation and celebration, he urges compassion, unity, moral renewal, and dares us to imagine heaven here in glimpses, in acts, in kind words. Thank you for joining us on Book World today. May these poems inspire you to live with empathy, to speak with clarity, and to build bridges in a broken world. I am Andrea Torhee. Until next time, keep reading, keep listening, and keep creating heaven wherever you are. Thank you.